We will now have the introduction of the candidate by my sister, KurrisaVialet. KurrisaVialet is a very special person to Mr. Kurt Vialet. She's a proud graduate of the St. Croix Educational Complex High School and presently a civil engineering major at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. I introduce to you Miss KurrisaVialet, the firstborn daughter of Kurt and Wanda Vialet.
Good evening, everyone. I recently lost my voice, so please bear with me. I don't know if I actually need to do an introduction speech after all of those great endorsements that I heard earlier, but I worked hard on my speech, so I'll read it anyway. I thought long and hard on how I wanted to introduce my dad. I wanted to choose the right words, the right examples, the right quotes to embody the exact guy that he is, the amazing person that he is to me. Ironically enough, something that my dad told me earlier this year was the perfect and the best thing that I could possibly say tonight. As was said in my introduction, I'm a civil engineering major at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. I'm also the president this upcoming school year of the American Society of Civil Engineers Student Chapter. Before this election that I had in school, my dad gave me one of those motivational / reality check speeches that he is so famous for. He said, it doesn't matter what position you get tonight. It doesn't matter if you're elected president or if you're not elected president. What matters is the amount of work that you do to move the organization forward, if you get it or if you don't get it. He reminded me of something else as well. He said, if you work or you do anything just for credit, then you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. Please. Sorry about that.
Can I pray for you? For your voice?
I guess so. Thank you. These words, working without credit, working regardless of what position or what title that you have. These are words that I've seen my dad live by every day. He gives his all in everything that he does, not because he's looking for recognition or for accolades or for credit, but because it's the right thing to do. It's always been the right thing to do. This quality, among many other qualities, makes my dad an amazing leader, and more so, makes my dad an amazing person. Martin Luther King once said that faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the staircase, which is true. But I've seen my dad change this concept in my eyes through the actions of my father. Faith has now taken the first step, knowing and trusting that if you do, that you'll be able to shine the light on the staircase for everyone else to see. He has taken the first steps so many times before, and he will take the first steps so many times in his future, because he has the ability to see the bigger picture, and therefore has always supported St. Croix, believes in its potential, and has faith in our people. He is an advocate for education. He believes in young, bright minds, much like myself and my sister, and a lot of you sitting in this room, all of his students that he's taught in the past at the St. Croix Educational Complex and at the Arthur Richards Junior High School. He is an advocate, well, I just said sorry. He is also what you would call an educator, not an educator, but an educator, because he cares beyond the role of an educator. He is an everyday leader because he works for the betterment of the people. My dad will make an extraordinary senator, not because he solely wants to be a senator. Of course he does. That's why we're here today. But because he has the potential and he wants to see St. Croix reach its potential. My dad has the knowledge, ability, and capability to change St. Croix for the betterment. But above all, he has the will to change St. Croix. Before I introduce my dad to you, I would urge you to remember that change does not happen overnight, nor can my dad change St. Croix on his own. He needs your support to get him in office, and he needs your support when he gets in office. Support my dad because he believes in the gem that St. Croix already is, and because he has a vision for the diamond that we can become. I'm ready. I know the committee members are ready. I know my dad is ready. The question is, are you guys ready for VLA? Well, like Mr. Benjamin said, Mr. Christian said, Dr. Treasure said, and everybody else that spoke, Mr. Cools, I think I'm missing one person. Oh, Mr. Highfield, of course. Register, of course, as a Democrat and rock the polls on election day. Lucky number 13. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I introduce to you my hero, my inspiration, Mr. KurrisaVialet.